Hey everyone, and welcome to this little gear vlog thingy. So today we're checking out a Rickenbacker bass. It's a 4003 model. I can't remember which year as of now. I have it on my phone, but my phone is recording the audio. So yeah, I'll have it in the description. Yeah, it's a 4003 model anyways. It's in the beautiful color of Midnight Blue. I hope that comes through on the camera. It's a beautiful instrument, if I may say so myself. It belongs to my buddy Lucas Olsson. He's the bass player of the wonderful band Carmaniaca. There's a link down here in the description as well. They are currently working on their debut full-length album, which will be massive and cool and awesome and everything. And Lucas reached out to me and said, hey, we're doing a really heavy song and I need a extended range bass. Can I borrow your Dingwall? Of course, I said. And he said, you want to borrow something from me? And he suggested that I try out his Rickenbacker bass, just for fun. And I really like this instrument. I played Rickenbacker back, I think it was like 15 years ago or something. When I was, 15, 16, I don't know, somewhere around that, around high school. And I recall liking the look and the tone. I mean, there are so many iconic players who have played the Rickenbacker basses, everyone from Geddy Lee to Chris Squire to Lemmy to who else? Oh, Paul McCartney, of course. I'm not gonna play a Beatles tune because this video is probably demonetized already. Paul McCartney, Chris Squire, Geddy Lee, Lemmy, who else? Roger Glover from Deep Purple played one. I don't know if he plays one still, but he played on the Machine Head album. I think he played a Rickenbacker bass. Rickenbacker bass. I think he did some modifications to that very bass. So let's go through what I like about this bass, because this is not a video done together with Rickenbacker. This is done together with my buddy Lucas. So I have nothing to lose to talk about this instrument and what I like and don't like about it. So here we go. First up, the finish. It looks wonderful. I mean, it's a beautiful instrument. I love it. I love the way it looks. I love the color. There is a slight blue tint to the white binding on the neck. So yeah, it's a beautiful instrument. I really like the look of Rickenbacker basses. I really do. The neck is really comfortable. I like how it feels. And I love the tone of it. I like the combination of these two pickups. And you know me, I'm a huge fan of, let's see if yeah, there we go. I'm a huge fan of dual output basses, and this bass is no exception. I hope this comes through on the camera. This bass has the famous Ric-O-Sound feature. So if you plug into this output jack, it's your average ordinary bass. You plug it into your amp and you rock out. But if you plug into this output, then each pickup is routed to a separate part of the stereo signal, as you can see here. So here, let's see, the bridge pickup is the left channel. So here's just let's see if I can, here we go, there we go. So the bridge pickup is the left channel, and the neck pickup is the right channel. And together you get that, which, you know me, I love doing stuff like that, distorting the treblier tone and keeping the nice and clean tone nice and clean. This bass has a three-way toggle switch, so you can go between the pickups. So here's bridge pickup, neck pickup, and both. which is a nice feature. There is no such thing on my Yamaha Attitude basses. They only have the two separate outputs with separate volume controls, because those basses have their own individual outputs, I should say. So that's great about the Rickenbacker bass. It's a cool feature to have the stereo chord. I think, yeah, I know it was Billy who pointed out that, yeah, it's great and all, but when you break a chord during a live gig, it's harder to find a stereo to, let's see, what it was called, a cable. Why is it so hard to find a Y cable at 12 o'clock in the evening in Ithaca, New York, or whatever he said? It's easier to find two mono cables, and he's right about that. That being said, it works fine in the studio. It works fine here, and I think Chris Squire used this feature, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, don't quote me. That being said, this feature, the Ric-O-Sound feature, is really cool. I totally dig it. You know, once you go stereo rig, you never go back, as I always say when someone asks me about it. So there is that. The bridge, I haven't adjusted it in any way, and it looks cool, and it looks solid, and it looks pretty easy to, it might be a pain to intonate, I don't know. I haven't tried intonating this bass. I haven't even changed the strings. These are strings that Lucas sent the bass with, so to speak. I have no idea which strings these are. And judging from the color scheme down here, it's all gold and there is no binding, so I'm thinking like JHS or something. They are bright and fresh, so that's good. Another famous Rickenbacker player was, of course, Mr. Cliff Burden. And I don't know more of that lick as of now. I'm not gonna make a bigger fool out of myself by attempting to butcher the classic Anesthesia tune. So lots of famous players play Rickenbacker. Like I said, I played a Rickenbacker like 15 years ago back in high school. I borrowed one, I should say, for we did this big show thingy in school, and I played one for a couple of shows, and I thought it sounded great, felt great for the left hand. However, and here is my big problem with the Rickenbacker basses. Here's my big problem, my big gripe about the Rickenbacker basses, and that's this pickup, not tone, but the, you know, this metallic thingy. It looks cool, and if you play with the pick, there is no problem whatsoever. I mean, you can of course get caught there, but if you're a finger player like myself, there is a slight hiccup. I like to have my thumb resting on the middle pickup, the P position pickup, and there are some minor setbacks with this on this bass. I can always place it here, but then my fingers mash into this not very sharp, but this somewhat uncomfortable edge. And that's not a good thing for me. When I play these three strings, the G, D, and A string, there is no problem with that, and kind of turns into a hassle. You can always, you know, rest on the pick guard, but then it kind of messes with the angle for me. So that was actually the main reason why I never pursued getting a Rickenbacker for myself all those years ago, because it wasn't comfortable for me. And normally these have, you know, the nice pickup cover and whatnot, and that makes it even harder for me to play one. You can always, you know, because I like the tone about it with it, but this it ruins it for me, because I mean, I play a lot with a pick when I do my demos, because it's great for metal to have the static, consistent pick attack. But whenever I do more elaborate things, I like to play with my fingers, because that gives me more control over whatever I'm doing. And this doesn't work for me at all. And it's a shame, because there are so many great players who I look up to who played the Rickenbacker bass for many years, and some of them still do. And yeah, that's my gripe about this bass, because other than that, it's lovely. Yeah, but you could always add a few more frets to it, of course. In conclusion, if I would own one of these bad boys, I would probably, take it to someone who knew their woodwork and replace this pickup with a P-style pickup, because then I can place my thumb where it wants to go. Because, the neck feels great, the look is cool. This horn might prove a problem in the future if I would to play one, but hey, even mountains wear down with time, so I figure either the bass will move or my arm will move eventually. However, this bass will move back to my buddy Lucas soon, hopefully. So with all this being said and done, this is the Rickenbacker 4003 Midnight Blue bass. A beautiful bass, which I'm very glad I got to borrow, because it sounds great. And if you play with a pick, and when I play with a pick, this bass does not prove a problem in any way. But when I play with my fingers, doesn't do it for me, sadly. So would I buy one if I had the money to buy one and to mod it and all of that? I probably wouldn't say no, but as of now, I'm glad I got to borrow one, and I'm glad to get my Dingwall back eventually. But yeah, it's a beautiful bass, great build, great tone, but it's not for me. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this gear vlog of mine. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys and gals and cats and dogs and turtles around next time. Take care. Bye.